second place it was Brick, and then in third place we had Hayes. Duo third, we had our new guys that turned up and qualified on the floor. Yuki and THC, Sweater and Borg from Cloud9 coming in second. We mentioned before Cloud9 putting on a hell of a show so far, and then third we had WTC and Mithrin from Bosphorus. First person yesterday in the duos, Chappy and Solid FPS C9 again claiming the victory. Quite surprisingly, I mean, we know they're very good players, but again, C9, someone who's more comfortable in that third person environment. Second place, Avenger and Pony Rider from Copenhagen Flames, and then down at the bottom in third, Forsen and Andy Pyro from Never Lucky. Andy Pyro just lining people up and knocking them down. That was Andy, a wild run at the end.
Individually for me, Andy is outstanding. He went on one of those tears, right? You watch back that end of the last game, that's the moment you're just feeling it, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no real logic to what you're doing there. It's a smart play you made, but you're just going through it. You're just feeling the game. There's no, like, you're not considering your next step. You're just going as you know is the best choice in that kind of intuitive environment. Now, we get a second to kind of look over things and kind of take it how it is. This is time I want you guys at home to let us know who you're supporting. This is squads. So this is what we all kind of came into this thing about. We know you have your individual players, your fans of. We've got Gassy Mexican there. Big fan base for him as well. The fans have been coming through for him. But right now is your chance to tell me who you guys are supporting. At home, if you're in Twitch chat, get on Twitter right now. Hashtag Battlegrounds. Put the team name in there. Put the player in there that you're supporting, that you want to do well.
Kita nobar guys malam ini. Dan tadi kata EG sih ada perkenalan mode parkour. Parkour jendela. Ya Gia.
Parkour bangunan.
Bangunan juga.
Lu tahu kan yang di pokoknya bisa ngelewatin tembok toh.
Wadaw.
Yang di shooting range lu tahu?
Ya.
Kayak ada papan gitu. Ada tembok kecil gitu bisa dilewatin.
This is what they've been practicing. This is the squad. This is where all these teams come together and play, because this is where the big money is on the line. And again, we have teams from around the world. We have a team from Japan. We have a team from Korea. There are teams just completely across the globe. Different backgrounds, different means. We've got YouTube content creators, we've got Twitch streamers, and then we have the professionals. You know, we have some of the players from Cloud9, Luminosity that have been playing Invitational.
Indo kalah, gua tahu kok kan abis nonton ini.
Just generally a massive variety and a huge fan base that comes along with these players. But when you look at the money that's on the line, it's not a silly amount. $80,000 for first place, 20K a player. Moving to second, we lose 20,000. It goes to 60K. Third place, then things start get a bit rough for these guys. It halves down to 30,000, and then finally we have 10K coming in. Top 4.
Kok 74 doang ya? Satu squad lagi siapa ya?
Looks like we are just
yang nggak ikut. Belum masuk kali ya?
Get on the server. I could be wrong there.
Hopefully we get an update in our ears as to what's happening. But yeah, guys, as said, the SNEC is underway. The Mythic boys are putting on a show for you. Zion's like, that's not my team.
He just swings for him as he walks away. Get out of there.
All right, look, guys, this is the final chance to dance here. Put those hashtags in on Twitter, Battlegrounds. Let me see who you're backing in this one. Who has the squads under wraps? These teams have trained for this. I'll go through what dynamics change in this, how area denial comes in, all the synergy comes out, the individual roles, the strategies, how loot spread apart, and how teams are going to have to be really focused on where they go to. There's lots of options. Primorsk, Military Island, you've got the Radio Tower, you've got Nova, you've got Miltpower. All of these places are so viable. And Sims, they've all vanished. Is it time for the game to start?
I think it is. It looks like they're in the plane. The bird's in the air. We'll see where she comes in from. On the map now, let's see what it's going to be. Straight over Millie. So coming from the south, we move almost to the middle, just to the left. We're going to go across Pachinki
nggak tahu satu tim siapa nih yang didiskualifikasi atau nggak bisa hadir atau apa?
Atau memang pasnya segitu ya?
Kemarin 80
bisa nggak 4? 4 orang di 80 bisa nggak masuk?
Bisa lah.
You can still get to Primorsk, you can still get to the hospital, Georgopol. Zaki again is one on the outskirts. Let's keep in mind where all these teams go towards. This is what I'm excited about. You're seeing Cloud9 getting out of here. I think we've got about 2 to maybe 3 teams fighting over the Military Island. I wonder if we're going to see a Novo split off or how they're going to play this one through.
Just to notice as well, one thing that we're starting to see are kind of people getting their own meta, what they're happy and more comfortable with. I think this is maybe the 3rd, 4th, even 5th time we've just seen Luminosity Gaming dive out of a plane. As soon as the planes come in, let's get out, boys. Let's get us boots on the ground. Let's find some stuff. Plenty of people now here down at Millie. Opts to leave the best and because they know there's people behind them.
They need to get this loot fast, and the Kar 98 actually is the best early pickup because you need something for close quarter combat. You're kind of hoping for ARs, shotguns, which they have, but they're looting as a group here. Lost aiming. We've got Whitey there as well, so they're all going to do
sendiri gitu ya.
Luminosity playing the south side of the island, going to go to the houses. They can work their way through to Nobar.
Gila, militer lumayan juga banyak.
Stone
Mountain itu lihat deh. Belum turun dia.
Roshog, not too surprising. Seeing Mythic there, they like that one. We've got a couple of players going out towards Yasnaya. And yeah, so that's a 4 team, that's fine. They're pretty safe. We have a lot of players eyeing up Georgia Pole. Only 2 splitting through to Yasnaya. Interesting. I wonder if there's going to be other players joining them eventually, or are they going for the split up here? Oshi7 up on Big Red. Now, he's actually not on the early team that we saw earlier, going towards the apartment. So there's at least 2 teams here. So again, he's with, I think, Sequisha, Serenity, and Julia. Now, no helmet yet. Does have body armor, only level 1 base. He's got the guns, right? He's gone for the risky play. Now, I'm wondering if we're going to see the early battle come down here, because they've gone for the apartments on the other side. The other team have got the kind of offices and that sort of side split up between the other team now. So TSM going to go towards the northern side of Georgia Pole. It's probably the safer side until vaulting comes through. That could change this dynamic. You can see it's a walled environment. You can get great loot out of this. I think we saw a couple of other players eyeing up Georgia Pole. I don't know if they've gone to the northern side or where they're going to split this through, but this is good so far for Oshi7. 2 full, fully geared out rifles. I don't know if he's got a scope on it yet, but full auto capability, and then he's got the Scar probably on single fire. So he's pretty good for now. He's taking the risk to go to Big Red. He's got the loot. He needs to get a helmet back away with his team. And basically what I was talking about before is area denial and dominance. So essentially, you put your 4 players in a position where you can dominate certain areas and you have contact points. That's all you should be doing. You shouldn't be overextending here. You shouldn't be going out on your own. But I do hear a couple of shots going through.
Kalau relay itu aturannya nggak boleh tambahin layer apapun kayak facecam. Betul sekali.
TSM all spread into the left-hand side. We'll take the apartments, visit the back, and then we'll see MPR also all spread out across it. Several teams, as Pansy did mention. And then we look on the opposing side of Georgetown. We got Liquid down here. We've also got Stylish Noob Shaka and his team down there to the side of the hospital. So we could see some big engagements going on here. I'm really excited to see where the circle's going to be and where this is going to be forcing people around.
Atau ada yang satu tim berdua doang, Gi.
So there's going to be a lot of
tetap 20 tim.
All depending where this circle will force them into. But 1, 2, 3, what's that? Around 6 teams all throughout George.
And I actually like the way Liquid are playing this. The 2 players who've gone to the south side, Georgia Pole, I actually prefer that loot there. It's got incredibly high chance of very nice loot. You've got some very accessible buildings that'll actually give you some really easy approaches. And yeah, this is good for all the military island players. Whoever dominates that, there's generally about 2, maybe 3 teams left. I'd say about 2 specifically in this environment. Those people are being very safe, who can actually dominate the island and the bridge. They'll have to consider how they exit down the line, because it probably won't end on this side of things if you look at the percentage of it being there for now. But that's all said and done. Now, something that's actually quite interesting that I like, that I hope we see here from Oshi7, Julia, Serenity.
He's rotated completely away from them.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that if you're looting around the apartments here in the military island, it's very easy to know where you've been and where you've not been, and it's easier for other teams to see that because you leave doors open, or at least most teams do. Even if you have some sort of, close the door system after you, you'll generally be able to leave a trace, so they can see roughly where you're at. So it's
Liquid memang beda tempat
the silos being that scout almost. But I want to see if we see those kind of defense roles here. I want to see if we see snipers coming through. I want to see if we see maybe
satu lagi nggak tahu udah di mana.
People like that, we see a lot of kind of support players coming in already, and defining themselves as that. I'm not going to be the one getting the mad frags here. I'll happily play my role.
Di pertengahan.
So look how they're approaching this. So we have Liquid split up again. They've gone for the kind of 2 players towards one area, 2 towards another, and maybe going to crunch together at the end. Maybe one team going to go for the longer looting approach. So essentially, you take your time, go through the Gatka south side houses, work your way back up. And I've got to say, for me, Liquid are probably
ada profilnya.
I wouldn't say have the most pressure, but they have a lot to bring to the plate here because they've done the boot camp. They're great individual players. They've been proving that they're all very, very diligent. Well, at least been a little quiet for my taste. I think we could see more from him. But again, Cloud9 staying as a collective, 4 players here, moving their way through Pachinki, heading out towards the farming side. You've got a couple of these long buildings that they can go through. Also, they can go to the plateau. They've got great loot here, actually. Borg already got the suppressed Scar there. Looks like it's well set. Level 2'd up. He's looking pretty nice at this point. Well into the circle, too. And we've got some people...
Wadaw.
But we know the Darcy is
pretty
strong.
They'll turn up indeed. We'll see what they get out of this crate. It could be a nice.
Kebiasaan ini suaranya masih ngebug yang di sebelumnya.
Person's going to jump out. In fact, both of them will be jumping out, so they're both going to go for an M24. We've got plenty of ammo.
M24 cuy.
As well, backpack medkit and knocked out from falling. So
But you can get revived.
Yes, she can do, but it looks like she may have just
Gila dia Snaya berdua doang dah. Sama yang di atas tuh.
But the thing I would say, as well for me, I actually prefer the M24 to the AWM. Now I know that's going to be a ridiculous statement to some people because obviously AWM does a lot of damage, but 7.6, right? You can pick it up, you can start running the AK, full auto, well kitted. By the time you're looking at crates anyway, at least normally you're pretty well geared.
Ada orang ya? Oh ada dong.
These boys spotted someone out early.
Dingus can's definitely
And these two onto this, yeah.
Siapa yang menang nih?
This is a big battle. You can see
Siapa yang bakal menang nih tuh?
Ini itu tim apa ya? Yurut.
The meds are coming out, and now they need to move up this collective, punish them while they've got
Tapi udah down satu sih.
That was fantastic work from Chappie because it was actually Dingus Khan who did have the drop on him, so he's definitely heard it. Turned on a pin.
Lihat gerakannya gitu. Meliak-liuk, apa yang terjadi kita lihat. Waduh, senjatanya Gi kalah kayaknya. Tim Yurut kalah kayaknya kalau dari senjata.
I mean, when you look at this one, Dingus Khan's in a race, should in theory. I don't know how they're going to get him up from there unless they manage to take him out. Chappie still tanked up there from that initial engagement.
Dan kayaknya ini bakalan jadi satu squad pertama yang down deh perang ini. Atau kalau mundur nggak tahu sih.
Oh, mundur. Susah, posisinya nggak enak tuh.
Shots being put back, so it's not like a clean escape, but they could fall to the hill, they could fall to cover, and basically let themselves in. They're not in a rush, and again, there's no real escape from this either for the other team, for Evermore and the boys. There's nowhere to run to where they can't be seen. They can run up the hill and get a little bit of cover. There is enough there for the terrain to work. But for now, look at, Solid FPS has got a really clean spot here actually. If you look at Solid FPS, we can get a little glimpse. He's spotting up above the little hut there. Really nice work. But these guys
langsung ganti.
So they're still in Georgia pole, but I think they're going to have a couple of fights where the vehicles are, because they need to start moving. Gonna get themselves a buggy, maybe have to be called back to position, but at least they know there's one there for the escape. Cloud9 are on the run. They are going to go towards the hill. They're going to get themselves out of there. Put down the wall of smoke.
That's incredible.
And it's nice disengage from Cloud9. They don't want to get caught up early. They know what's on the line here. Lots of money, so. And a couple of shots
sampai jatuh tuh kena headshot.
A couple of players leaving from, I think that's near Georgia Pole again, but on the other side, coming out from the crate side.
Langsung nya banyak deh. GG.
Make their way into the circle now. They're all going to go. There's no one inside the compound, otherwise that could be extremely dangerous. Time and time again, you will come across this bridge and you just get mowed down by those houses because they are an absolute treat because you've got
tim pandan nih.
If you put the squad and spread them across those houses, you can pretty much do anything you want, especially if the circle comes up this way. But it's not. They're all going to force to get in the car now. Everyone's going to start to get their way out of the way. This is a dangerous one for Smack. If anyone does spot, we saw it yesterday. I can't remember which player it was.
Tetap ngeblur ya. Waduh.
Live streaming turnamen aja ngeblur ini di rumput-rumput.
Iya makanya.
Gimana
kita?
These two teams moving around, they're actually not that far. I don't know if they're going to go along the roadside. They probably won't. Jared's going to be listening out for this as well. He's quite isolated. He's got his teammate behind him, but still, you've got to be a little bit cautious here, a little bit careful at this point.
TSM playing a different game, because usually the kind of guys that will happily sit outside in the blue and loot late game. They move into a different era, they're moving inside.
So this is squad battles for me. You can take a good gamble as a collective and then play together off the back of it. So you go down somewhere like Georgia, high value area. You get enough loot that you can survive level 2 up, essentially get at least one AR.
Sama sekali belum ada yang down ya.
Prime position where you're like, I can take any fight, but you're good enough, which is what they should be after a little bit of a loot at George.
Kontak, hidup lagi.
Rotate towards a circle, at least it looks like what they're doing here. Get to an early spot nice and quickly, and then just play on the extremities.
Nobar Indonesia sekarang nobar PUBG. Yo, kita nobar PUBG sekarang.
You still have that 8 as well, right, Spoon? Yeah, I was saying, yeah.
Telat lu bang, apa nih yang telat?
You wanna grab it? You wanna meet to me, right? Yeah, grab it. Yeah, okay.
Kalau lu nonton yang di Twitch ya pasti cepetan di Twitch lah. Kan gua nge-restream dari Twitch, lu kena delay lagi di sini.
Itu suara siapa tadi?
Nggak tahu. Oh, suara tim ini.
Terus suara timnya itu.
Iya.
Gua ngeliat kayak suara timnya tadi.
Iya, suara timnya. Tumben ya? Tumben dikasih denger.
I don't think so. That's a lot of ground they'd have covered if it was. No, that's Gassy Mexican. The other side of the team are further ahead. They could set up a trap here, try and stop themselves, maybe pinch these guys as they move up, but everyone's trying to get towards that circle now.
Very clever what they've done though. The Fandra guys have split off into 2 different vehicles, so if one does get taken down, the others will stay alive, and that's kind of what we've been seeing throughout the duos, where 2 players will.
Kena nih down pas ini.
Itu pasti posisi
Wah. Iya udah enak banget.
My word.
Tim Fandra tewas Pak.
Yeah, you
itu
can
posisinya enak banget soalnya.
they fancy it too, which they
Fandra rata ya?
get a bit of range, try and get that nice balance, and get everyone able to be up on that good loot in the team. That's what you basically get. This you get 1 fight that you win out. You're certainly well set.
Masih ada 2 yang lolos.
4 times I'm not so sure. Now the northern battle's gonna be interesting. Nice movement from
Keculik
TSM.
2
You
Gi.
can see them keeping in mind the time, but
Posisi
this
paling
is an
enak tuh.
interesting battle. Moving away from the school
45 derajat pokoknya itu posisi enak. Agak lurus tapi miring gitu loh.
Good thing what they did there by splitting off into two vehicles. It's kept them in the tournament, Pansy, because if they all would have been in that same car, all 4 would have been dead. Speaking of that, they're actually answering back that no, they've been taken out. It looks like Hotted has actually just sealed the deal on them as they turned up where they were going on their destination. They arrived, and unfortunately, yes, indeed, they are dead. They go down. So, not a real good last few minutes there for Panda, unfortunately. Meanwhile, C9 all grouping up together. We're looking at some more POV, see where Interrogating his crew is. They're just getting some cars, getting ready to go when they need to. Checking out Borg there. Level 2'd out of his mind. No level 3's on them, I don't believe. We kind of saw from one of the players it was Liquid as they were moving. They did have a Car 98 with an ACOG on, so at least they have a sniper rifle.
Up against Noble as well. They're very close by. If one of these 2 teams opens up on anyone crossing through, heading from that kind of western side throughout, there's going to be a huge engagement, and the other team can creep up on them. You can see Evermore's not too far away either. Level 3 helmet here for Zreback, so at least he can play out of the window, keep tabs on this, keep a watch on it. Now, he's not in the next safe zone, but they're pretty well set for now. They can traverse in quite comfortably, still other side of the circle, but not great loot in the form of weaponry.
No, not really. When you look at in the long term, trying to see if any of them does have a sniper rifle, because it would be best to try and give him that level 3 helmet. Meanwhile, Borg, unfortunately, is getting completely taken down. That's going to be Wild takes in with an M16, going to try and get to cover here.
Jual itu ya.
He is out.
Yeah.
Borg is dead. Evermore takes in with the Car 98.
Ketemu lagi dong.
The engagement they had earlier, taking down the likes of Gassy Mexicans team and co. Basically, it got them a bit of range. We haven't seen that much before. We still see them with shotguns here, a couple of them, but they did manage to pick up SKS's.
Evermore, iya juara yang day pertama.
Going full third-person perspective. Let's hear what they're up to.
Anyone rotating sweater, keep your eyes peeled. We gotta screw up anyone that tries to rotate past this.
NBL, ada NBL dong di sini, nyelip.
So,
wah, kena lagi Cloud9.
Habis Cloud9 ya?
Cloud9 nggak tahu, sisa 2 kayaknya.
Iya, sisa 2. They're still here. They can be the kind of gatekeepers of the next position. But the problem is that they weren't all there together. It's very hard as a squad to not get caught out on your own, but that was a little bit lax from them in my eyes.
Yeah, they did chill off for a second. Meanwhile, Dingus Khan can be pushing up. He's got a level 3.
Bukan yang juara solo itu yang Korea ya? Evermore. Hari pertama Evermore kan, Gi? Yang solo itu Evermore. Yang Korea itu duo hari kedua. Duo third person kalau nggak salah. Kalau nggak salah ya.
For the guys on the opposing side for intro, it looks like they've got the information, Pansy. They're backing off for a second. We could be seeing a good engagement going down between this. I mean, you wouldn't expect them to push it because it's an open ground.
Siapa lagi
dua? Would you really run up there and
dua orang
just
yang
go
kena,
through?
yang mati.
If they don't have the information, they could be getting met. It looks like
iya,
dua kan? Panda 2, Cloud9 2. Nah, 2 lagi siapa ini?
I'm honestly surprised no one's really playing towards the eastern side of this map yet. It's probably the safest part. You look where the plane drops initially, you look at the trajectory. It's obviously going to favor the kind of western side, and this is why I like what TSM are doing. They're kind of playing slightly further out towards the east. There's almost no pop here. You've got one player going for the drop, obviously out in the sea. Stoda, and we still got the team up towards the north in Yasnaya, but yeah, the vast majority are all locked.
Suara rollernya kecilin, nggak berguna.
Oh, dia tim sama siapa?
Gua bisa dengar.
Gar FPS.
Sendiri dia pakai mobil. Kayaknya. Stoda kan sama itu. Sama Stone Mountain.
Nah,
dua lagi nggak tahu.
Gila, TSM Brick lu lihat tuh.
Wadaw.
TSM sendirian.
Nggak tahu berdua kayaknya. Zarki dong dia. Gila. Ini Sequisha ya? Sama Serenity. Julia TV.
Left himself open as he does go down. We'll see Molman as well knocking one player. Not entirely sure which that was. I didn't quite catch it.
Juan mati. Kena bokong dong.
It's beautiful play. It's very smart. He doesn't want to overextend though. You can see these guys trying to recollect themselves, try and get over the hill lip, try and get over to the other edge.
Susah parah sih ngeliat orang dalam ini. Orang dalam WC. Apalagi kalau pakai presider.
But for now, they do manage to find a little bit of cover as they do make it away to the other side of the ridge.
I don't think he knows where he is because he's still staying on that ridge and still jumping. If he knew he was to his left-hand side, he'd obviously move right and go further down the hill, but clearly they don't have the information, so one of their players will drop. Speaking of players dropping, unfortunately C9 still huddled up here in the shack, 2 members alive. Another team also, that's going to be Umur's team, 4 Entro, they're still going to be in the shack now chilling because they have just lost one also. But again, people just kind of boxing themselves in, Pansy.
Ini di kolom komentar malah bahas Indonesia Malaysia yang tadi dong. Ya udah bebas lah. Bebas. Nggak muncul ini di layar.
I'm not sure if Ninja's still there. I can't see him. Obviously, the UI covers some of it.
Just got themselves a package as well. Look at that drop.
Look, if you guys heard Andy and Forzen singing yesterday, you know that you don't go for drops all the time. All right, there's people watching that. Even though you sit there going, I can make it.
As we kind of saw from Nobar on day number 1.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to be a little cautious on it. You don't need to necessarily go for these things every single time.
Ini Andy Pyro ya, tim Andy Pyro yang kemarin
Dewa. Sometimes it's best to use it as bait. Sometimes it's best to hold your ground and just stay as you are and then kind of linchpin and pivot off the point.
Which kind of when you looked at where OG7 was, for example, maybe if they step out, Luminosity, they're going to put themselves in the firing range. You know, they'll be able to see where they are, bear down on them. You can see it, it's right in front of them. Well, now see what Luminosity does. It's time to go. They're getting in the UAs and they're moving as a force. So look,
lihat nggak sih lu tadi ada yang kena bokong tapi ya kena panci. Memang itu fungsinya panci.
So this will be fun. So basically the most fight, at least in my eyes, will be the southwestern side as everyone kind of crunches in. For me, it's who's close enough to the circle already and has a bit of cover. So we've got Cloud9 in a good spot, Liquid as well. Killer Kapowski and the guys over there, good position, but Noble are going right past Cloud9. This could be a huge
showdown. Girl itu sama 5-Ted, cuman gua nggak tahu lagi tuh dua lagi. Siapa?
So terrified to take these fights as we speak.
Oh, yang gede ini temennya Andy Pyro, Gi. Yang gede. Orang yang cowok gede.
Ya, yang cewek kan si Jari.
Wah, meledak anjir. NBL kena tag berapa tuh? 1 ya? Wah. 2 ya?
Also given away, they know there's another team here now. The more you see chiming in with these kills, the more you see Forzen doing that, you can work out with the other team
ada yang free tuh.
and how it's going to work.
Wah, rata. NBL rata.
Annihilated and eliminated from the server. You saw 2 vehicles blowing up, 2 members going down, several of them getting knocked out. Liquid just washing players the way as they drive on by, and all of a sudden it's TSM's time. They are now turning up to the fight, but where they're going to go downstairs. It's a dangerous one because if anyone's down here,
Zarki kayaknya. Oh, itu banyak orang di situ.
You're going to hear these footsteps. You can see them third personing. And it's a smart plan, but there's still so many angles. It's so dangerous to do this late game. I actually really don't like them going for this curvy llama. You can see she's well aware of this possibility.
They're watching these tunnels and like, okay, I don't think
this is the best option. We will, oh, itu break tuh. Udah gabung.
So now at least, I think there's 2 vehicles between. Oh, is he being knocked out somewhere? Surely he's in the cars with them.
Well, we found Viz at least. He just got absolutely hammered. So that's a bit of a revenge frag as well. They weren't able to kill the entirety of the
Kena 1 TSM. Oh, NBL nggak rata gitu ternyata. Sisa 1 yang tadi di kill itu yang kenok ternyata. Salah lihat. Last man.
Di mobil tadi ya, pertama ya.
Iya.
Lagi kan mati meledak tuh.
Iya, gua kira last man anjir itu. Ternyata sisa 1. CSM keculik tuh si Fish kalau nggak salah.
All he now needs to do is get down and pray. Be a very sneaky beaver. Approach these fights. Don't tech them. Just let people engage themselves and then eventually turn up late game.
And the pyro down.
The point is that if you hold buildings and you hold this, you're very likely to get revives in. So essentially that's the main game plan.
Kok bisa down ya? Oh, di tag kayaknya dia. Sama yang seberang. Oke, sama one shot girl team. Di sini juga ada tim itu sebelah-sebelahan dong timnya. Spraynya gila Gi. Wah, udah down.
Gila ya.
Itu udah hit parah sih. Dua down. One shot goal, guys. Gua nggak lihat lagi siapa aja tadi. Oke, untuk Daniel Cross, Fifted sama Driftor. Oh, gabungnya sama si Cross ternyata. Temennya si Dene Cross.
Wow, meledak.
Yunrut ya. Wah.
He is eliminated. Down he goes with the grenade. In the meantime, we hop on board with the Mythic guys. There's just fights
rame juga di situ.
and this is because of this circle. It's just forcing everybody in from the circle.
Evermore.
There's no real advantage to where people are.
Waduh.
Andy hotted. All of these guys should be winning these fights. They have the full cover. Everyone else is moving towards them. You can see the panic, the fear. Everyone's prone down, trying to find a bit of cover, a bit of something to work with. There's almost nothing here. They're trying to get the revives in, but they need someone to make a distraction play.
Selamat nih Spike
Keep them busy so they can't push, so they can't nade. And that's what Yamato is doing right now. Nading up and over, going to keep them busy as much as he can.
Wah, yang dari rumah lihat tuh. Enak banget tuh.
The fire comes in from the back lines. They are struggling severely here. There's no respite. There's no one stopping. Evermore is
kena sandwich sih ini harusnya.
as we speak. This guy gets the revives in their backup now, and these guys
Satu
are
pohon bertiga nggak tuh?
The circle is far away. This will push out this side of the circle. We're down to 58 here. These battles are not over.
3 of them fall in consecutive reason. And now the circle's moved once again. Only 3 teams are there, but plenty of people are turning up to fight. And there is red dots all over the place. Andy Pyro, SKS in hand, just checking outside. Let's see what he does. He's going to get pre-stimmed up and pre-healed. Unfortunately,
no helmet on Hotted.
Yeah,
RDS-nya banyak banget anjir.
He's clearly seen someone die there. To at least get a level 1. It's better than nothing. It's not the best of things. Find himself, whether or not this is his... In fact, no, because obviously he's killed someone there. So he's turned up to this compound late game. There's a car packed. His teammates in there as well. And they've got a bit of a decent position for now, but I tell you,
di atas kan ada orang ya.
Such a long way to go.
Yeah, a teammate just might screw him over to just take out the tires right about
Bukan,
now.
udah ketahuan. Wah,
Kena nih.
Kena nih. Wah. Andy Pyro down. Kena lu satu hit.
And at the moment, there's
Sedep
a huge
betul.
battle here. They need these cars, but they also want to take down the opponents. How do you play this one out?
Mati,
They do
Andy
get
Pyro
the
mati.
final kill. They give down Andy. The big heavy hitter is now out from this team.
Previous winner yesterday, he is gone. Rather unfortunate for him. Some great shots cracking off here from Evermore with the Can 98. 3 of them though now, they are just pinned in. Evermore and the boys for intro. They know that they need to move, so that's exactly what they're going to do, but they're going to run perpendicular just to see if anyone else wants to take another pop. If not, probably dive inside that car and just get a wriggle on. Zweback, level 3 helmet, but not the best of guns.
Yang mana ya? Kemarin ada tuh.
Ada. Cuman nggak kesorot. Pokoknya kalau yang nggak ada tim-tim nick awalnya itu nggak kesorot gitu. Jarang. Ih, Mas Alek nih.
Terus bunuh kek itu.
Oh iya juga.
Tapi Driftor kena
Dor. Sedap. Mati nggak tuh Zweback.
Good timing on the engagements, still being aware of their backs as well. This is what I expect from these guys. Hayes as well finding Moondie. There's a lot of action going down. WTCN still in this too as well. So much action across the map here.
Mythic just laying down the law. Several players falling. We'll see a Grozer in play as well. That's going to be Anger taking one out.
Kualitas gua turun.
Also claims one himself. One shot kill just creeping around.
Udah naik lagi.
Still inside the circle. Some great shots here from MPR, making sure they're trying not to get away with that car. Flom takes out one as well. Tobias will go down with the AKM. He's just tagging him up, tanking him away. Here's
Cloud9 lihat.
knocks out one.
Rata Cloud9.
No, I think they're going to be gone. I believe I could be wrong. I think that's the end of Cloud9's life in this competition right now.
Nggak tahu, gue lupa.
Can we just show the map for one quick second? I know you want to see the action, but you need
Kayaknya kena berbagai arah gitu loh kayaknya.
Lingkarannya berasa cepat ya tuh kalau squad itu.
Iya. Entah kenapa. Lihat itu, Squeeze dan lain-lain pada kenop. Entah kena play zone atau apa. Julia mati play zone.
Udah enak banget sih jaga ya.
Intip-intipnya enak. Itu yang dalam mobil selon banget.
One team shooting at another, it's another team that comes in and cleans up the kills. Every single time you'll just see a little bit of an engagement, someone else jumps in the fight. We see Interrogate finally killing one player that's going to be dying outside the circle.
Evermore Yunrut di sini. Bisa berdua ya dia. Itu Ninja belum ketemu siapa-siapa. Lagi perang itu, lagi nembak-nembakin WTSN. Mas Alek, Mas Alek CS.
Ninja takes out one with an AWM. That's going to be
sakit. Pedih, Adren pedih. Cross down.
His helmet was already damaged, so if he took a shot to the head, that would have broken and probably knocked him. So I can only think it was that at that sort of damage range. However, that aside, let's jump in on who we have left here.
Kita lihat one shot girl nyaris mati, boom.
Doesn't shut the door behind. Maybe born in a barn, who knows? But holding on to this position for dear life.
Please shut the door on me. Leave me alone. Ninja knocks out
WTCN
with the AWM, so he's got
Greget dong.
comes in, unfortunately takes out
Lihat gak tuh? Lihat gak tuh? Gila.
But he is double stemmed up at least. And look at the Dacia, dead people. It just pulls up.
Ngambil Dacia-nya pasti. Harus sih, wajib. Double elixir bentar lagi nih.
Tapi bakalan jadi korban satu.
Iya, satu, karena nggak rata kan damage-nya. Oh, pada
ngeratain tuh. Ngeratain healing. Ya healing dulu tuh.
Fapted down. Sisa rata Gi. One shot girl down timnya guys. Nice try. Waduh. Timnya Ninja kena comeback.
Not much more to be said about him unless a revive can come out from Ninja. He has to be an MVP here again.
Luminosity doing some work. Can he get this player up? He's checking every single corner because this is such a dangerous position to be in. He needs to get these players up. There is another one on the opposing side. So that could be Luminosity with 4 players up should they get the revives. But now it's
Cross udah mati. Sama aduh, turun lagi kualitasnya. Tapi naik lagi. Sama timnya ini. Timnya Fapted.
Grabs himself one as well. 17 remaining on the map. We'll just see Ollie trying to get
Cross
this guy
Fapted,
around the
one
corner
shot
of the
girl.
tree. He knows he's there.
Satu
Gonna get
lagi
some sprays off.
drifter ya.
M4 in hand, silencer to hand as well. Nice ACOG scope, level 3 helmet, level 2 vest. Ninja takes Forzen also, so he has got his teammates up. Luminosity playing an amazing game so far.
But Liquid's positioning is going to be able to catch him on the cross, so it will be Ninja having to dig him out of that position or hope that someone else...
Ya, gua buffer. Gi, gua buffer Gi.
Wah.
Gi, gua buffer Gi. Tolong. Tolong gua buffer.
Masa bodoh toh. Itu Tasembrik DC ya?
Tadi dulu. Gua buffer ini.
Asal tahu Tasembrik diem di Zarki toh.
Tadi ini what?
Kayak udah pasrah gitu toh.
Tadi dulu gua refresh dulu. Yah. Ada apa ini? Ngebuff gitu loh.
Wah, LG menang nih kayaknya.
Lu enak ya? Ini gua lagi ngebuff nih. Oke, 720 mungkin. Gua turunin. Ya Allah.
Ninja still be doing the
Iya.
damage.
Oke.
Amazing work.
1 2 ya. Buffering lagi hebat. Lagi nonton nih, hey, tolong ya. Indium gua fuck lah.
Still remain. They're spreading out and look at the players that are just dying all across the blue zones doing his
Buffering lagi. Apaan sih?
damage. 8 alive and LG, they have all 4. Make that
Mumino
4 on 3 right now.
Gi, 1-11,
1-10,
ya.
Udah kelar.
Apanya?
Match ya?
Udah kelar.
LG yang menang. Udah LG menang.
Oh, Ninja menang. Ya ini buffering. Dahek lah.
Mereka full tim bertahan toh.
Yang mau nonton langsung aja ke itu description. Ini gue mau benerin dulu bentar. Yang menang Ninja guys. Yang menang Ninja ini gak ngerti gue ini kenapa ini. Dah hack gitu loh. Lagi nonton malah down. Coba internet downloadnya. Tafuk lah. Jadi info aja yang menang itu Ninja timnya. Kalian bisa langsung nonton aja ke Twitch-nya, ada di link deskripsi di bawah. Ini gue nggak tahu nih IndiHome-nya. Ngadat kayaknya. Kuda lah. kok kesel ya gue.
To everyone, it was just pretty beastly from them. Again, though, there was literally.
Ya, buffering lagi.
Anjing sakit kali.
Selalu ku syukuri.
Turun lagi.
Ternyata IndiHome-nya buffer. Nggak kuat di 5000 bitrate. Yeay.
Masih buffering.
Iya. Masih buffering. Yeay. Kalian kalau mau nonton yang nggak buffering langsung aja ke bawah. Aduh ini patah-patah juga, gua output low dong ini. Gue stop dulu kali ya.
Lu turunin aja toh itunya.
Udah.
Di Twitch-nya.
Apa?
Di
Udah.
Twitch-nya lu turunin.
Udah. Gak bisa. Ini speed gue yang lagi down. Uploadnya juga. Gue IndiHome nih. Tumben banget ini. Kuda lah. Itu 2500 baru bisa dong bitrate-nya.
But Ninja caught a couple of them on the way. He played very well individually. AWM in his hand seems to be suiting very nicely.
Buffering lagi, gue gak bisa nonton nih. Fuck lah. Gue restart dulu deh, ya. Twitch 480 juga jernih. Ya enggak, biasanya gue 1080 kali, 60 fps. Tapi ya nggak tahu nih, gue restart dulu ini.
Strat that we've been using all days, but this time it kind of went. It didn't go the way we wanted, so it ended up with us having to move through something that we decided we wasn't gonna do in practice, but we had to do it anyways. And
what was that, if you don't mind sharing?
That was edging the gas. We ended up losing our car because and we had to edge, which in practice we didn't want to do.
Sini udah lancar lagi gitu.
We had to do it, but through good communication and good shots, everything, we managed to pull through.
Yeah, we literally played it as perfectly as you can. The only way to correctly play the edge is to make sure that like
lu nggak bermasalah lagi IndiHome.
Damage a little bit and shoot players as they're rotating, but like not everyone can stand still. People have to continue to move, and then when they stand still to shoot, one of our guys has to shoot, and like you just and that's how we played it. We were picking off the guys, like 2 or 3 people coming out of the gas to our back. Yeah.
Buffering lagi dong. The heck. Nih, IndiHome-nya gue lagi down kayaknya. Yaudah, kalian langsung aja ke link deskripsi di bawah, nonton langsung ke tempat Twitch-nya. Ntar kalau misalkan memang memungkinkan lagi gue untuk streaming, gue bakalan streaming. Soalnya gue juga ini buffering nonton Twitch-nya. Bayangkan yang mau nge-restream buffering gitu loh. Speednya gila, 2,2 Mbps anjir download speed gue. Maksudnya apa? Wadah, IndiHome-nya.
Oh, LG berarti. Gah.
Berempat dong.
Serius bukannya berempat tadi ya?
Berempat. Iya, kecepatan download gue yang down. Sumpah.
Ninja berempat LG ya?
Gangguan nih. Langsung aja ya guys ya, di link deskripsi. Gue offin dulu. Sorry semuanya, ini bukan kehendak gue. Bye bye.